Ready?
They were trying to. Somebody put it on Facebook.
Are we ready to go? All right. So, it's about to get the meeting started. This time, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out today, the day being June 18th. I'd like to thank our public. I'd like to thank our stakeholders, our board members, and our staff. At this time, I'd like to take a roll call vote. Please, Beverly, the time is 11:10.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sorry about that.
Roll call vote, Director Odell?
Yes.
Thank you. Director Stone?
Here.
Thank you. Director Lockett?
Here.
Thank you. Director Adams?
Present.
Thank you. Director Robinson? Director Robinson? Dr. Robinson, you're muted. I'll come back. Director Leggett?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Director Taylor? Director Taylor? Not present, and Chairman Cody.
Yeah, here.
Thank you. Director Robinson? Not present. Chairman Cody, we have a forum for today's meeting.
Thank you, Doug. Now, thank you for joining us today for this special meeting and public hearing on the proposed budget for fiscal year 2025. My name is David Cody, Chairman of CAT Board of Directors. On behalf of the board, we appreciate your participation as we strive to ensure transparency and public involvement in our budget planning process in compliance with Georgia state law. The Chatham Area Transit Authority announced and advertised the following public hearing to which all persons are invited. The purpose of this hearing is to present our proposed budget, highlight key areas of focus, and provide a platform for public feedback by way of public comment, both written and oral, regarding the fiscal year 25 proposed operating and capital budget. This budget is designed to enhance our transit services, maintain our infrastructure, workforce enhancements, and ensure the long-term sustainability of our operations. This year, we present a proposed operating budget of $37,058,045 and a capital plan in the amount of $21,761,724. We will begin with an overview of the proposed budget, followed by an opportunity for public comments and questions. Your input is invaluable as we work to meet our needs of our community and improve our transit services. Public comments will be accepted at the public hearing. Additional public comments will be accepted in writing to CAT Board Office. Attention Board Administrator at 900 East Gwinnett Street, or by email at meeting@catchacat or through June 27, 24. Interested parties may view the CAT Board of Directors Board item regarding the proposed budget for fiscal year 2025 on the CAT website at catchacat.org. Physical copies of the proposed budget are available for review at the CAT Central offices and will be available for pickup between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Individuals wishing to provide written comments during the hearing may post their comments using the option of Zoom chat box. The Board of Directors wishes to hear comments from the public before a final decision on the adoption of proposed budget next week. So we thank you again for your attendance and engagement today. At this time, we would like to vote to go into our public hearing. So at this time, we want to take a motion and a second.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Beverly, can you do a roll call vote, please?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Director Odell,
Yes.
Director Stone,
Yes.
Director Lockett,
Yes.
Director Adams,
Yes.
Director Robinson,
Yes.
thank you. Director Leggett,
Yes.
thank you. Director Taylor, not present for the vote. Chairman Cody,
Yes.
Chairman motion passed to open the floor for public hearings.
Thank you.
Open the meeting for public hearing, I'm sorry.
Now that we've opened the public hearing for fiscal year 2025, I'd like to recognize our interim CEO, Ms. Stephanie Cutter, and our interim CFO, Ms. Gloria Royal, to present the first reading of the proposed fiscal year 2025 operating and capital budget. Ms. Cutter.
Thank you, Chairman Cody. Good morning, to the entire Board of Directors, the public, who will be joining us today as I walk through the proposed FY 25 operating budget and 5-year capital plan, to my colleagues as well that are here today. The priorities that have been established and put before us by our Board of Directors includes operating efficiencies for Chatham area transit, investment in our human resources, preparing for better wages and benefits. The administrative priorities are listed here on the chart. That also includes customer care, mainly service reliability, implementation of strategies within the master transit plan, equal employment opportunity, documenting and reporting, enhancing that program, diversity, equity, and inclusion. As I stated, competitive salaries and wages, employee wellness, staff training and development, internal compliance reviews, policy review and update, security upgrades, both facilities and on our rolling stock. Next slide, please. IT upgrades, taking a look at our scheduling for our operators to include day and night shift schedules, and real-time operations dashboard that will further enhance transportation operations. As we look into FY 25, CAT will be taking assertive steps to regain pre-COVID service levels with the support of our local agencies, such as the City of Savannah, Chatham County, our educational institutions, in an effort to bring back our senior circular, our UPass programs, and of course, preparation for SPLOST 8 that heavily supports our capital program. Our highlights for the FY 25. We've noticed an increase in transit tax revenue, which has had a tremendous impact on the balancing of the budget, in addition to service expansions and our agency revenues. The expenses that drives the $5.2 million increase in our operating budget includes the significant increase in insurance, a little over $1 million, our competitive pay and benefits enhancements, totaling $4.2 million. In addition to concentration on our capital plan, wherein the local match, which we heavily rely upon, our SPLOST proceeds, in addition to local, state, and federal grant revenues. the largest topic of focus for FY 25 is to meet our fleet replacement needs. This slide gives more of a detail of our revenues and our expenses by category. As presented, I am presenting a proposed balanced budget of $37,058,045. With this budget, we are including a healthy contingency of $1,598,322 and a $1 million contribution to support our capital needs. The contingency is really our effort to prepare and meet the financial needs that are coming before us with the arrival of 2 new hybrid ferry vessels in November of this year. There is still a question mark as to what the cost will be associated with operations and particularly insurance coverage for these 2 new vehicles. The contingency help prepares us for these these planned but unknown cost impacts. Our revenue by source is presented for your information by category, with the largest category of funding being our transit tax revenue at 44.49% of our operating revenues. Our expenditures by division is presented within this pie chart. As you can see, the largest major category includes maintenance, the care of our rolling stock and our facilities, general and administrative offices. That includes human resources, finance, safety, security, and risk, the executive offices. And the pie chart also shows our capital contribution. It also outlines our pilot programs, our microtransit, which is currently funded by a budget revision of the SMART grant, and of course, PAC Connects, the remaining on that grant that was funded by the Georgia Department of Transportation Transit Trust Fund Program. Our proposed capital priorities. Slide before this one.
While she's getting that, may I ask a question, please? Under the revenues,
Yeah.
the last line, other. What constitutes other?
That includes all other revenues that come in, non-operating transit revenue, special programs, for example. If CAD is asked to provide transportation for a convention.
Okay.
That type of revenue, special programs, special requests that are asked by CAD is included in that category.
Okay, because it's down, and I was just curious.
It's significantly down. If you recall, in FY 24, there were a lot of unknowns. We were approaching the local colleges and universities of the school system to enter into contractual agreements. Those efforts really did not move as we anticipated, simply because of the change of leadership, and they wanted an opportunity for us to come back once they got settled in and kind of define the activities of the institution. So that's really the reason, that revenue is,
Question, please.
Thank you.
yes.
Is that door still going to be open?
Absolutely. A matter of fact, our work program for fiscal year 25 includes an aggressive marketing program where we will be doing aggressive efforts to make face-to-face contact as well as selling CAT services.
Very good, very good.
Okay, obviously one slide is missing, but oh, this is it, I'm sorry. Okay, the capital priorities for FY 25 is listed on this slide. The capital budget totals 21,761,724. As the chart states, a lot of our funding source comes from FTA grants, federal apportionments, SPLOST, to help meet our local needs, correct congressional directed spending, and our local partnerships with city and county governments to support our projects. The major projects include the paratransit maintenance facility that is currently under site development, the ferry maintenance facility and dock, which are currently also under site plan review and development, our bus and van replacement. We are looking into a piece of property acquisition to provide usable space primarily for office space. Electric bus and hybrid vehicle infrastructure is significant, mainly focused, very needed bus stop and building improvements and replacement of our outdated computer and laptop equipment. I've presented an overview of both the operating and the capital plan. It is an aggressive plan, but CAT is growing. And just grateful that we are moving in a good direction where we can adequately plan financially to meet the goals of the organization. With that, that concludes the overview of the plan, and I'd like to thank you for your time and attention.
You did, okay, thank you. Whoever this person,
Mhm.
they're able to keep joining.
Public.
So somebody working on that?
No, I mean, people along the
Right, but somebody was specifically doing it for this meeting. They.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, so.
You know, I'm gonna ask a question. And I don't think that Chatham County, to my knowledge, allows people to log in virtually if they're gonna come talk about millage. You two correct me if I'm wrong, they have to physically come. And maybe that's what we need to do if we're gonna be subjected to something like this. I mean, if they wanna talk, and this is certainly a public meeting, but should they be required to come in the room rather than be able to do stuff like that on the computer?
typically when the public has special requests of the agency, they come in person. And the chair gives permission for them to speak. so that the budget process is considering of their request based upon the board's direction.
But, you know, like I said, at the county, and I don't know if the school board, I can't speak for them, but if you want to come give testimony regarding the budget, or come in person, maybe that's the thing that we need to do now. I don't know, but that's not something that I want to see again in the capital meeting.
And if the public is real, if they're sincere about putting their efforts on, they'll come. They'll find a way.
I'm sorry. Dr. Robinson, I'm sorry, you were trying to speak, but you're on mute.
I want to know if our IT person is not monitoring the online activity,
So we're dealing with them now.
because there was a real ugly picture
Yeah,
online from the beginning.
we're dealing with it, as we speak.
Thank you, Dr.
But
Robinson.
no, but my question is, when we first came on, are we not being monitored by our IT personnel?
We're gonna make sure moving forward that is set up. Dr. Robinson.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
We'd like to apologize for the interruption. This time, I want to thank our interim CEO, the Financial Services Unit, and staff for their diligence toward this year's proposed budget. Now that we provided a summary of the proposed budget for fiscal year 2025, we will now open the floor for public comments. Do we have anyone from the public that would like to make comments regarding the operating budget and capital plan?
Chairman, we do have some virtual attendees,
Yes.
some may have dropped off.
The majority did drop off.
We don't have any remaining?
Anyone from the public would like to make a comment?
So wait, I'm not one person else.
Probably not.
Yeah, make it work and break it.
I think we will attempt to identify the source through Xfinity and our IT team, in addition to safety, security.
Man can make it, man can break it, you know?
All right. With no further comments at this time, I'd accept a motion and a second to close the hearing. So Beverly, can we do a roll call?
I want to do that, but before we close the public hearing, I want to make it. There is no, at this time, proposed millage increase. So that, I don't think that was mentioned, but I do think that's important for the public to know that there is no proposed millage increase due to our healthy digester. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll make the motion to close the public hearing.
Second. Beverly, can we do a roll
Yes.
call?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Director Odell?
Yes.
Director Stone?
Yes.
Director Lockett?
Yes.
Director Adams?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes.
Yes.
Director Leggett?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Director Taylor? Not present for the vote, Chairman Cody?
Yes,
Chairman, motion passed to close today's public hearing.
thank you. The next budget related meeting dates are Friday, June 21st, budget workshop. Thursday, June 27th, second public hearing. At this time, no more questions or comments. I'd like to adjourn this meeting. Time is 11:36. Thank you.
What time is the next meeting, Ms. Dillon?
The budget workshop, 4
Yes.
p.m. on Friday. June